What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. This is your
man, Judah, not your boy.
family. We're just gonna chop it up here because many of you all know that many of the diasporas coming here to Africa. Ghana, one of the African countries, and my man, he hit me up because he's having a awards or a recognition. Awards for the diaspora. Many of our brothers and sisters have come here, set up shop, started businesses, projects, NGOs, and times are hard. Yeah. And people are struggling. Some have packed up, headed home, and there are those who are just holding on. Yeah. True. And so you were sharing with me, man, how you decided, man, to go ahead and recognize a people who's doing great work from the diaspora in Africa, Ghana specifically. Man, I know it's been on your heart to do something like this. You mentioned to me. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Man, like you said, there's just so many brothers and sisters that have been uprooted from the West or wherever we've been scattered to and made the decision to be planted back in the continent. And so, when you come back to the continent, you also want to add some value back to the motherland. Maybe some things that you've learned from the country that you came from. And so, a lot of us have been doing that, and sometimes it's a thankless deed. There's not a lot of reward. And what I wanted to do was just to really just show the brothers and sisters some love and really just say, I see you, we see you, we see the work that you're putting in. We know the trials, we know the tribulations, and all of the expertise that we've learned in corporate America and stuff like that, and just bringing these talents back to the motherland. To continue to contribute to her excellence, it's not easy.
I know it's not easy, man. And some people kind of get a little upset when I talk about Ghana's a beast.
It is a beast.
It's a beast, man.
It is a beast.
God, dog. I just talked to a brother today, man. He played in the NFL. He's been here 3 years. And he's packing up and he's headed to South Africa. He's going to venture on to something different. And when I say beast, you already know, man, you run a huge business here, a restaurant business. And get things done is totally different than what you would expect in America. Yeah. You have, conversions of money you have to deal with. You have to deal with ways businesses are done or licenses or things like that. You're 2 years in, right? Yeah. Share, man, with how is it that you're still holding on? You said, hey, you have your good times, you have your times that are your lower peaks and or your higher peaks.
Valleys.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But what keeps you going, man? And this ceremony, what was it that you felt? Recognizing our people for the hard work they're doing. What pressed you upon that? Apparently it had to be your own struggle.
Yeah.
Share.
Yeah, man. It's really rooted in, honestly, the love that I got for my people. To be honest with you, I'm part of the diaspora. I know, especially, I know how it is. And what we face in America and in the West, I know what we face over there, you know what I'm saying? And so what I wanted to do was to come here and, find some peace, right? Maybe you want to do some business at the same time where you're pursuing that peace. But when you're doing that, you don't know the barriers, the pitfalls, the bumps and the bruises that await you, right? And it can really be brutal on you. It could be brutal on you. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm a pretty self-motivated person. So I really don't need a lot of outside motivation. But I'm human too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I need a little pat on the back to say, Judah, keep going.
Yeah,
it was a rough month or a rough year. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, man, you know, can't take all that beating down that comes along with it. And what we want to do with the first annual Diaspora Enrichment Awards is really just encourage the brothers and sisters to continue going, because it's levels to this thing. It's levels to life. And so to go to your next level, it's going to be tests. Just like when you were in school. When you were in high school, for you to go from junior to senior, you're going to be tested and you got to pass. And over here, we are tested. Extremely tested.
Extremely tested.
Man. And so, you know, I just want to encourage all of us to pass the test.
Man, I tell you, I can attest to that. And that is, you know, I have my low days now. Many people think I'm always on high. I have my days I'm tired, days I just want to just say, forget this YouTube thing. And every time, man, that I'm about to just pull the plug, here comes somebody. Go black!
Yeah.
You're the one I was inspired, you know, and it just, that little encouragement is what I just continue on, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and we talk about, man, the hard times we encounter, because, you know, you were sharing that there's many people leaving.
Yeah.
Going back to America.
Mm-hmm. And they already have left.
And who have already left. And, you know, peace and blessings to those who have come in and who definitely have come to try out Ghana or Africa and went back to America. You're not forgotten. Matter of fact, it was a heroic move that you did that nobody can ever take from you. Because I believe that, you know, where one chapter closes, there's always a new one that opens up. And so we do know that the knowledge that you have, the learning that you went through, you can always pick that back up and start again, you know.
Sure.
So, but those who still remain, there's going to be this recognition. There's going to be this love on people. 24th of December, and I want to give you a handshake, brother, because you are the first one who's doing this, man.
Yeah.
And it's definitely needed, and it's overdue, because we are in another country, and many of us are lonely. Many of men are scattered. Many of us have not found a way to connect. And we get so busy, man, trying to establish what we got going on that we haven't connected with the group.
That's me.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But, you know, there's nothing that man really, even all what we said, there's still a liberty here, man, that it cannot compare to that I don't miss that's in America.
You can't even put a value on the amount of peace that you do receive when you do leave Babylon and go somewhere else.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, I had gotten back here to Ghana about a month or so ago.
Okay.
But when I was there back in America, every time I go back, man, I'm serious. I scratch my head and be like, man, why the heck am I here? You know, I know my lovely wife is there, and you know, we'll catch up, and then she catches up with me while we go overseas places. But no matter how hard it is here, and how a beast of Ghana is, or part of Africa, man, there's still that peace and joy you have, man, that, you know, I can't even describe it. I can't explain it, but it's a marvelous thing and not a marvelous place to be.
You know, if you talk to any of the diaspora that live here, that's one word that you're going to hear all the time is peace.
Peace,
you know, and you can't put a monetary value on that at all. And so some of the inconveniences that we go through on a daily basis, man, to me, that's all it is. It's just an inconvenience.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'd rather deal with what I deal with here than what I know at home. I mean, a lot of people know that I ended up going back to the States for about 4 months to go and open up another location and stuff. And so the whole time I was there, man, I felt uneasy. I felt wound up and tight, and everybody arguing with each other. And it was just, I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, because I had already been over here for a year and a half, and I'm in zen and peace, and we chilling, and I'm waking up in the morning and just in disbelief that I even live in Africa. But being back in the States was so volatile. And don't even cut the news on. You don't, you know. So I was just so happy that the Most High allowed me to come back over here and get back to it. You know, so on the 24th, we're gonna celebrate us. And you know how we do. You know, we know how to celebrate.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what we're gonna do, brother. I'm excited. You know, we got the brother Tim Swain hosting. We got young 11-year-old sensation Samara, who's gonna be doing our red carpet hosting. You know, we got yourself that's gonna be delivering an important keynote to the brothers and sisters. And so, man, we're excited. We're excited to show some love back to the people, and it's gonna be a good time.
I want to bring this point up too, because I know there's people who feel guilty going back to America.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't shame anybody, and you don't either. You know, I'm like, if you can get
A little bit. I shame a little bit.
well, okay, yeah,
That's a little.
yeah, I'll keep it real, but there's nothing wrong with getting the spoils out of America if you have to.
Yeah. Word.
You know, that's what the Lord said. When you leave out, you should take the spoils with you.
They owe us anyway.
Yeah, they owe us anyway. So, I mean, I know there's people go back, regroup, get money, whatever they got to do, and then get on back here and finish up maybe what they have started. So I just want people to know that whether you're in Canada, Europe, UK, wherever you are still a diaspora. And I believe that the day is coming when the masses will come back to the motherland. Yeah. That's been prophesied. Yeah. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
That's scripture. Yeah. So the day is coming, and I believe that those who are here and who have been here are the forerunners. They're the forerunners who have come in, dialed in and got things started. You know, created an alliance with the locals. You know, those who came in with behaviors to show a good reputation, that those who see us in our behaviors, they respect us.
Absolutely.
So that then when the masses come, the ground has already been laid.
Yeah.
It's been laid. Because they're gonna know who we are that when we come.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not take lightly for you all who's already come and you might have left. You have paved a way. Yeah,
you helped.
You've helped. You have definitely helped. And so those who are intend on coming, no matter what African country you go to, that, you know, it's rightfully ours as well.
Yeah.
Because our ancestors were here.
Right.
And we were a part of. And so never forget that where our beginnings were is going to be where our end is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, man. And like you said, bro, shout out to the brothers and sisters who ended up, you know, coming here, putting some roots down, and then leaving. My only, and the reason why I say I shame a little bit is because sometimes I hear not just a love, but like a weird, deep infatuation with the West. You know,
Yeah,
I think it goes a little bit too far when we just so stuck. You know, we got these claws in us, and it's like, this is the end all to be all. Like America's just everything.
Yeah.
And that's not the way.
Yeah.
You know, we really got to start to expand our minds and really just start thinking outside of the box and understanding that, man, it's been 400 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to leave. It's okay to come over here. You know, one thing that we do all the time is we will go through our schooling, we'll go through college, we'll graduate, we'll get a great job in corporate America, and then what do? We start traveling every other place but the continent. Mm-hmm. The place that's gonna welcome you. We don't go there. I see my friends and they like, oh, we're going to Greece, yay.
Yeah.
We're going to Italy, yay, more racism.
Yeah.
So sometimes I get a little, confused on why we do that. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you, by me, being an owner of Jerk Soul, I get a chance really to meet a lot of the tours that come over here, and it's just groups of us, and I get to hear their stories and talk to them and everything, and there's a shift changing. We're not so much infatuated with going to see Europe, Spain, and we want to come to the continent now, and so that's why you see masses of us coming here just to not only to tour and to check it out, but to also add our talents back, to get land, to really just commune with our cousins over here and just get reacclimated with the motherland. It's just so much that we go through in the States where you have a government that is trying to poison its people in the water, the air, the food. I mean, how could I live in that? Yeah. I can't grow and I can't flourish in that, So if I'm replanted over here, man, maybe I can extend my life.
Yeah. Now, even to include for your children, because coming from a mass confusion country like America, I mean, I've met people who's got their young children here, from the oldest to the youngest that are here, wanting to give their child at least a good start, and a chance to have a balanced life, not a life where societies like America tell you that a boy could be a girl could be a boy, or they're questioning what a woman is, or they're trying to take away pronouns, or they're infringing on people's livelihoods, where freedom of speech now, goodness gracious, some of my videos just get on lock, they just lock it down, that you can't even speak freely now, these supposed constitutional rights that we have, and when you watch a lot of these things become twisted and they're pushing upon your front doors of your houses, people, who's left just to save their own children from such the confusion that goes on, there, where here in the motherland there's more balance, and I know cities that, especially large Accra, I see even, these Western ideologies and mentalities are starting to slowly creep in, because it's cities and these youth are watching social media and it's corrupting them. But the mass whole of Africa, though, still are really oblivious to what the harlot whore of America is doing. And so you can still have a chance with your lineage by bringing them in a different culture or a way of life that I see with Africa.
How revolutionary is that? Look at what you just said. How revolutionary is that for me to uproot my family and bring them over here so that they can have a chance to grow and develop into what the Most High has ultimately called them to be. I know a family, for instance, I know a brother who has a wife and several children, right?
Yeah.
He came to me one time and he was like, man, he said, bro, I need you to help me with my sons. And I was like, what you mean? I don't have no children, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what you mean, bro? I'll help you, what's up? And so he's like, man, you know, my kids, I got two boys that, you know, they are high school football stars, right? They are, you know, I've indoctrinated them into this football system, and they're really good, and they might go pro, you know, but I see that system is an extension of some slavery type stuff, you know, right? And so he said, I can't, you know, in the middle of it, I had to stop, put a brakes, and bring them over here.
Yeah.
Now, his kids, of course, they don't understand that. They're like, man, you know, I'm the top cornerback in this whole region, and blah, 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 right? But I just saw how dope it was for him to do something like that, because that takes a spine, you know, that takes a lot of balls to do something like that, to you know, not forget how the children gonna feel, but pretty much, because I know better, right? And so he asked me, bro, can you let them work here? Mm-hmm. Can you let them, you know, have a little job, some responsibility and stuff like that? And I said, yeah, man, for sure, you know? And I just had so much respect for that concept of really just putting the child first, even if they don't understand right now why something like that is happening. And so it's a lot of brothers and sisters who making hard decisions and hard choices on family and how to put the family first so that they can grow. You know, if you in a place that's dead or dying, that's not the best situation for them.
Yeah. I know many people are stuck in America. They only know one thing, and they're trying to survive, and I respect that. But I do know this about us black folk. We will do whatever it takes for whatever we want to do. And the things we don't want to do, we find excuses why we can't do it. But I've heard so many stories, and you know, you probably seen a lot of my interviews I've done with the diaspora coming here.
Yeah.
So many people created sacrifices. There are many ways to get out of the situation that you're in.
Yeah.
And what you said, what came to mind when you were sharing was a brother came to you asking for help. And that right there is the importance of community. Because we can't do it all by ourselves.
No.
We can't. We cannot raise our children by ourselves, because children, especially teenagers, they close their ears when they're tired of hearing that same old song.
Yeah.
That's why it's so impactful that even here in Africa, if you are male and you are older than the child, especially by 10 years, they're going to call you uncle.
Sure.
Or they're going to call you auntie. You know, I hate to say, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, because everybody puts that on, like Hillary Clinton said, crap. But that was an old African tradition.
Yeah,
anyway.
sure.
But in actuality, we have to build relationships to where we all play a part in raising our children. Because children will, teenage years, they want a fresh, a new word, voice, perception, opinion, views. And it takes people like us to be able to help and assist. So that's good that people know that, because in America, it's every man for himself. And even if you do have family members, you know, what are they pouring into your child? Some gonna pour devilment, ignorance, you know, some gonna pour their own, you know, selfish ways into children, because we're in a system there in America where almost everybody's beginning to think alike, do alike. everybody's almost caught into that same old mindset, and that's just not fruitful.
No, not for us.
No.
You know, for many moons, we practice something called individualism.
Yeah.
Right? Which creates kind of a crab in a bucket kind of a scenario, which keeps us at the bottom of society.
Yeah.
You know, but when you look at other nationalities, other groups of people, what do they practice? They practice group economics.
Yeah.
You know, they collab with each other. They get together. They'll say, hey, look, we got an apartment. I know it's 7 of us, but all 7 of us, we gonna go into this apartment and we gonna get this restaurant off the ground. All 7 of us. Mm-hmm. And guess what? A year later, everybody got their own stuff. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, is coming up. But they come together initially to help grow. I mean, it's only, to me, that seems like common sense.
Yeah.
But we've been conditioned to really kind of like just be against each other. We don't really collaborate like that.
Yeah.
And that's time out for that stuff. That stuff is dead and it's over with.
Yeah.
And moving into this next year and into the future, we will collaborate. We will get together. We will unify. And that's one thing that the West does not ever want to see from us is unity.
Yeah.
But that's the toast of the hour moving forward.
New year coming in and really building a community.
Yeah.
We need to think about that. Even if you are, no matter where you are, you know, you got to start with your house first.
Mm-hmm.
Get that in order. You get your house in order, then you begin to work your outer circle. Because sometimes we try to jump ship and try to help somebody else out, and we ain't got our own selves in order.
True.
You know. But anyway, man, hey, you all, if you're here in Ghana or you're coming to visit Ghana, we're here on the 24th celebrating. We're gonna party it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna be partying it up. We might even be crying on each other's shoulders because because it's been hard, but it's been good. And we made it, and we're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Hallelujah.
So I thank you, brother, again, man, for what you've done to challenge yourself and to bring this opportunity to recognize just the efforts of what we have been doing here in a strange land.
Yes.
In a strange land that we all come to try to build. And I appreciate you.
Man, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Well, family, this is your man.
Not your boy.
This is your man, not your boy. Bringing you another gold nugget that you can either pick up or you can kick aside.